Right, the BTCC is back. In this video, we're going to run through the runners and riders and also the first weekend ahead. We've quite a few changes coming in for the 2026 season. Let's get underway. Here's the national circuit for Donington Park. I think it's fair to start off with the entry list for 2026. We'll start off with the constructor entries as well. Team Virtue is at the top of the list, with reigning champion Tom Ingram electing to keep the number 80. But he is joined by Tom Chilton again, and there are two changes for Team Virtue's Hyundais, with Ricky Collard returning to the BTCC after some years in GT racing, and Nicholas Hamilton coming across due to the departure of Unlimited Motorsport from the BTCC. He will be having an adaptive controlled version of the i30 Fastback N Performance for 2026. Napa Racing UK are changing up their car. They have the new Ford Focus Titanium Saloon after having run the hatchback for, nearly a decade? Over a decade, I think, at this point. Lewis Selby will be joining three returning drivers in Dan Camish, Sam Osborne and Ash Sutton. Speedworks will be returning as Speedworks Corolla Racing rather than Toyota Gazoo Racing UK. They will be running Josh Cook and Max Buxton. And the last constructor entry is a new constructor entry for 2026, Cataclean Plato Racing, with the all-new Mercedes-AMG A35 Saloon for Dan Rowbottom and Adam Morgan. In the independents, and the list is led by West Surrey Racing, two cars this year for Darren DeLeon and Charles Rainford. We then have the PowerMax Racing cars, three brand new Audi S3 saloons. Aidan Moffat and Mikey Doble will be driving under the LKQ Eurocar Parts of PowerMax Racing banner, whilst the Steel Seal with PowerMax Racing will be run by Dexter Patterson. Restart Racing will be running their Hyundais again this season for Chris Smiley and James Dorlen, whilst Laser Tools Racing with MB Motorsport will be rounding out the entry list with Aaron Taylor-Smith and Gordon Shedden, but they've switched across as well. They are now running a Toyota Corolla GR Sport, the same ones the Speedworks run. Now, as for the schedules, and there is a bit of a change-up when it comes to the BTCC this season, in that we will have the qualifying race on a Saturday. Now, to catch the racing action, including the full race day, you can follow it on ITV over here in the UK. I believe you can watch it on YouTube in most international scenes, except for North America, where it's on the Racer Network. We'll start off with Saturday's action, and I will run you through what's going on there. You've got the Legend Cars Elite Cup kicking it off, with a mini challenge following shortly after. Then you've got the Porsche Sprint Challenge. I believe the Porsche Sprint Challenge is the GT4s. And then first up, we have the practice of the BTCC at 10:35 on Saturday. That's followed by qualifying for the F4s. And then the first race for the Legends, a 10-minute race starting at 12:15. Then you have the Carrera Cup qualifying, which is, the Cup cars. We then have qualifying for the BTCC at 2 PM, and the qualifying race follows that at about 3 PM. After that, the day is rounded out by the first races for a couple of other series and a second race for the Legends themselves. The Legends got the second and third ones on the Saturday. The Minis have their first one. The Porsche Sprint and the British F4 all have Saturday races, running all the way up until just after 6 PM. Then on the Sunday, at 9:10, the Legends kick off the action. Then it's the Minis again. Then it's the Porsche Sprint again. Then it's the F4s again. The first BTCC race will be at 11:30, followed by the Porsche Carrera Cups, another Legends race, and then the customary 1 PM lunch break. At which point there will also be a pit lane walkabout and autograph session for people who are present at the circuit. And then you've got the next sprint race for the Porsche GT4s at 1:50. 2:40 is the second BTCC race, with the mini challenge following after that. Then we have the final F4 race and a final Carrera Cup race, before at 5:30 the final race of the BTCC for this meeting. But it's not the end of the on-track action, because we have another race for the Legends at 6:10. It's a fun thing to see round out the running, these Legends cars. You might have seen them in iRacing before, but if you've not seen them running around on any of these kinds of road courses, they're wonderful. Thinking back to the first meeting last year, and it was Ash Sutton winning the first 2 races, the third one going the way of Tom Chilton. Second place in all 3 of them was Tom Ingram, and then third was split between Rowbottom in race 1, Camish in race 2, and Sutton in race 3. So there was at least one Ford on the podium in each of the races, and at least one Hyundai. That same Hyundai was the guy who went on to be champion, and was second in all of them. No fastest laps. Did he not even get a lap-led point either? But yeah, it was a fun weekend. There was some chaos in there, as is always the case in the BTCC. Anyways, folks, as always, thanks so much for watching and joining, and let me know any predictions you have in the comment section down below. I need to get my pre-season predictions out soon for this, and also, at the same time, for the ERC. But till then, as always on this channel, it's bye for now.